And again, here's an exclusive conversation that we have for you, and on the basis of that comment that the sitting Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, has made, we are going to have a debate. But before I say anything else, let's quickly listen into what Arvind Kejriwal said.
At the swearing in of Mr. Kumaraswamy in the Karnataka, after the Karnataka elections, there was a whole line of various regional politicians who came together. Yourself included, you were part of that list of the Mahagathbandhan, who were all going to band together for this very purpose. That line has completely fallen apart. People have not managed to reach any sort of understanding other than in perhaps one or two states.
That's sad. That's all I can say. And I think Congress has to take the bigger blame. कांग्रेस आज यूपी में क्या कर रही है? सपा और बसपा के गठबंधन को सीट बाय सीट कमज़ोर करती जा रही है। वेस्ट बंगाल में क्या कर रही है? ममता बनर्जी को कमज़ोर कर रही है। केरला में क्या कर रही है? लेफ्ट को कमज़ोर करने के लिए पहुँचे हैं। उनका कहना है कि हम साउथ से इसलिए लड़ रहे हैं चुनाव ताकि हम ये मैसेज दे सकें दैट साउथ इज़ ऑल्सो विद अस। हम साउथ का वी केयर फॉर साउथ। अगर साउथ से लड़ना था कर्नाटक में लड़ते ना सीधे बीजेपी के साथ, लेफ्ट से लड़ने क्यों पहुंच गए? और कल उमर अब्दुल्ला जी ने ट्वीट किया, देखा आपने? और उमर अब्दुल्ला ने कहा है कि 3 सीट्स ऐसी है जहां पे सीधे कांग्रेस और बीजेपी की फाइट है जम्मू कश्मीर में। वो कांग्रेस वहां कैंपेनिंग ही नहीं कर रही, बीजेपी के लिए छोड़ दी तीनों सीट।
Is there still a third front? Are you in touch with Mamata Banerjee? Are you in touch with Mayawati and Akhilesh Yadav? Are you in touch with
I am in touch
left?
with many of them.
And what is the plan? Post elections with results.
अब तो जो भी होगा पोस्ट इलेक्शंस ही होगा, देखते हैं क्या होता है।
How many people are you in touch with? How many people are still in that government?
Many of them.
Is it just excluding the Congress?
एक्सक्लूडिंग तो नहीं, टच में तो उनके भी रहते हैं, उनके दूसरे नेताओं के, मतलब राहुल गांधी जी तो बहुत बड़े हैं, उनके साथ तो किसी की भी बात नहीं होती, लेकिन उनके बाकी नेताओं के तो टच में रहते हैं सबके।
Well, that was Arvind Kejriwal, and you see how without any hesitation he outright blamed the Congress party when the question to him was about the Mahagathbandhan and its unity. And he's not the only one. We've just collected a few more comments which have been made just in the last couple of weeks by all the other big names in this so-called Mahagathbandhan that was being made. Here is Akhilesh Yadav. You know what Akhilesh Yadav said about the Congress party? Congress is arrogant. He said when they tied up with the Congress party, he saw how arrogant this party is, how they do not work together with anybody else, which is why, of course, this time around Akhilesh has got into an alliance with the BSP. What did Mayawati say about the Congress? Congress, BJP cast in the same mold. She went to campaign rallies and put the Congress and the BJP in the same boat, distancing this alliance of SP and BSP from the Congress party. There are more comments. Let's see what Mamata Banerjee from Bengal has to say. Congress is hand in gloves with the BJP. Now remember, these are the people who were standing on the stage during Kumaraswamy swearing in, holding hands, hugging each other, and are now 1 year down the line. This is what they have to say about the Congress and Rahul Gandhi. The last comment, Pinarayi Vijayan, obviously the left is extremely upset about the fact that Rahul Gandhi has now gone to Wayanad to contest elections from there. Rahul Gandhi should have contested against the BJP. Why are you contesting against us, the left? That seems to be the big question. So that's where the situation stands. Let's quickly go across to our panelists. Good evening to them. Mr. Bharat Kumar Raut, senior journalist with me in the Mumbai studios. Shikha Mukherjee, also a senior journalist, joining us from Kolkata. Vinayak Dalmaya continues to stay with us of the Congress party, and Akshay Marathe, spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi party. Vinayak, your response first to what Arvind Kejriwal has said today. Is the Congress responsible for derailing the Mahagathbandhan talks?
That is the personal view of the Chief Minister of Delhi, and I let it be. I don't want to comment on his personal view. At the end of the day, let me ask you a very simple question. Does the Congress as a political party reserve the right to fight elections in every single state of India in their own right, alone or not? Or is it that we cannot fight elections where we choose to fight? So that may be Mr. Kejriwal's view, and I don't want to comment on it and get into political mudslinging. I'm going to leave it at that. But we don't agree with his view, and we don't agree with the strategy, and therefore there was no alliance with him even in Delhi. We keep our sort of healthy distance, we keep our respect, but we agree to disagree. We're not disagreeable, we agree to disagree. They saw the world a particular way. We continue to see the world in a different way.
Okay.
And therefore there was no meeting of mind at the end of the day.
Okay, I'm going to quickly
I am not blaming him for breaking up the alliance. Yeah,
right.
He wants to blame and pass the buck onto the Congress because that may be convenient. More power to him.
Okay,
I don't want to comment
quickly going across to our experts. Mr. Raut, let me come to you first. You agree largely with what Arvind Kejriwal is saying. The question was very simple. You all were on a stage together a year ago and now you're not. And he says, yes, and I blame the Congress party.
See, I will not blame Kejriwal alone. This is the entire Gathbandhan that is responsible for this. Actually, the whole idea of this Mahagathbandhan is only, in good words I will say, it is only a poetic idea. It is not realistic idea at all. Because in Indian Union and in earlier elections, we have seen this type of attempt going on almost after every election, before every election. I have seen Badi Aghadi, I have seen non-Congress Aghadi, I have seen third force. There are many such Aghadis and forces and fronts, they keep coming, but they cannot work together. This is only because the leaders of each constituent of the front or Aghadi or Gathbandhan, each of them is aspirant for the Prime Minister's post. More than the leader, the followers of those constituents, they think that their leader is the top boss. Suppose if you say that Trinamool Congress, all the Trinamool Congress followers, they would be thinking that Didi should be the Prime Minister. In NCP, the workers would be thinking that Sharad Pawar should be the Prime Minister, or Akhilesh should be the Prime Minister, Mayawati should be the Prime Minister. So how can they play, even think of playing, or announce that we will play second fiddle to the party which is in absolute minority now? So only because at one time Congress was running the fort does not mean that all the time everybody will stand up and become subject to that party. So this is most unnatural concept of having an alliance, and it has now coming true.
Tanvi, can I come in?
No, just hang on for a minute and note it down if you want, Vinayak. I will come back to you. But let me go to our other two panelists and then you can respond to everyone. Akshay Marathe, here is what Bharat Raut is saying. Why blame the Congress party alone? Each of the other parties, especially the regional parties and the leaders and the supporters, have their own ambition. This wasn't going to happen to begin with from day one. Now, why is everybody turning around and just blaming the Congress party?
Look, Tanvi, my opinion is that when other political parties are blaming the Congress for this, it's only because for the first time in many elections, you have seen a diverse group of political parties like Samajwadi Party and Bahujan Samaj Party, who were at loggerheads with each other, bury their differences and come together in the interest of a larger cause. You have seen similar things happen in other parts of the country. Even in Delhi, for that matter, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress have shared an acrimonious relationship in the past. But despite that, Aam Aadmi Party made the first overture to the Congress and said that this is an extraordinary election. This is an election where we need to set aside our differences for the moment and come together in defeating a dictatorial regime that we don't want to be elected again in 2019. So when other parties are blaming the Congress, it's because it has been the regional parties that have shown the desire to come together, but it has been the Congress that has more or less rejected all other parties except in a few states like Bihar and Jharkhand perhaps. Now coming to the point that Vinayak was making about whether the Congress reserves its right to fight elections, of course it does. But the question is not about whether a party has the internal right to contest, it's about does the party have the foresight and the vision to decide whether or not to contest all seats. This is like I was saying earlier, this is an extraordinary election. It was very important that against one BJP candidate in any seat, the opposition should have fielded just one candidate. Look what's happening in Delhi. The Congress is trying its level best to actually cut into the Aam Aadmi Party votes when in fact ideologically the BJP is supposed to have been the Congress's enemy. But in Delhi, the Congress is actually trying to defeat the Aam Aadmi Party instead. That's exactly what it's doing in Bengal, in UP. So there lies the ideological confusion of the Congress Party, which is why there is legitimate criticism that if you claim to be ideologically opposed to the Bharatiya Janata Party, what are you showing, what are you doing to actually follow through with that and do something about it?
Okay. Quickly, response from Mr. Vinayak Dalmia on this. Doesn't the Congress Party understand that you are not really the big brother here, that people are not going to give you the same big platform? What's the point of fighting against SP, BSP or the left or the TMC or the Aam Aadmi Party, Vinayak?
Nobody's saying any party is the big brother or the small brother, Tanvi. I never made that allegation or aspersion. So please, for the record, every political party has equal respect in a democracy, and every political party has an equal voice, whether they're new political parties or whether they're old political parties.
No, it's not about equal voice. It's about understanding where
they don't understand
where your party stands today and what is the winnability skills that you have today in many of the other states.
Tanvi, I'm very aware of where my party stands today, and I'm also very aware of the winnability of my party. Please don't forget, we have just won 3 consecutive state elections. Why do people forget that? We have won Rajasthan, we have won Chhattisgarh against all odds, and we have won Madhya Pradesh against all odds again. These are hardcore BJP bastions. We have beaten them. We have beaten them very comfortably.
And that's where you're getting this sudden confidence from.
Heartland. What were BJP bastions? We have formed the government there. No, it's not sudden confidence.
Okay.
It's not sudden confidence. Please understand, we had a deal on the table with the Aam Aadmi Party, but we agreed to disagree because they wanted a deal also in Haryana. We did not agree with them on Haryana. We did not see eye to eye on Haryana, and we saw the world differently. And therefore, elegantly, let's just part ways. What is this? I personally don't think it suits a sitting chief minister to now give a TV interview and to try and blame the Congress Party or find blame elsewhere. The elegant response from a sitting chief minister would have been that we agree to disagree, but at the end of the day in 2019, there should still be a secular political party or an umbrella of secular political parties which should come together to beat the demon that is the BJP today.
Well,
and
you know,
I still stand by that.
I think he still stands by that, by the way, and I want to make this clear even to our viewers. Yes.
Number one, let me make 2 statements. Number 1, the BJP will not be the single largest party. Number 2, Modi will not repeat as Prime Minister of India. Number 3, Congress will be the single largest party. And fourthly, my good friend Akshay and I will have a new discussion after 23rd of May. So let us wait, let us be patient.
Well, I also just want to highlight and reiterate. Okay.
In Uttar Pradesh, by the way.
You are.
In many places in Uttar Pradesh, we are going to defeat the BJP. We are going to win in Uttar Pradesh a certain number of seats which even maybe your pollsters are not predicting. We are going to seriously defeat the BJP, and it's not just about giving the BJP
and I don't want those
fight.
grandstanding statements here of where you think you are going to win or not.
Chance of winning.
But it's because you raised BJP, Uttar Pradesh. And let me go across to Shikha Mukherjee on that. And Shikha Mukherjee, that's something very interesting that's actually happened in the last 1 week, where comments have been made by Akhilesh, by Mayawati, by Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. And while Congress is trying its best to say we are not cutting your votes, we are only looking at cutting the votes of the BJP, the other side seems to be very miffed with them and the way they have, strategized in Uttar Pradesh. Do you see merit in the charge that that Arvind Kejriwal is making, that Congress is the one that's derailed this entire Gathbandhan from coming together?
Well, I think in the case of Delhi, in the case of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, there was a disagreement, there were last-minute glitches, and the possibility of an alliance fell through, which was rather unfortunate given that both parties are committed to defeating the BJP. Same is the case in Uttar Pradesh, where Akhilesh, Mayawati and the Congress wanted to work out, wanted to negotiate an alliance, but that also did not work out.
Let me comment on one
in other
point.
parts of the country, really, there was no discussion. No, may I complete, please? And in other parts of the country, there really was no discussion of the Congress. In Bihar, the Gathbandhan with the Congress RJD alliance remains intact. In West Bengal, really, the Congress was talking to both the left as well as Mamata Banerjee. But Mamata Banerjee, the Congress was not even seriously talking to her because of certain historical reasons. So, actually, I'm not exactly sure where the sudden grievance, the sudden very bitter outpourings are coming from, because if I remember correctly, and I do remember correctly because I was there, 16th of January in Calcutta, there was this Mahagathbandhan rally.
Yes.
The Congress was certainly present there, so was the left. And this was followed by Delhi, where Sitaram Yechuri also shared the same platform. The fact of the matter remains that at all these Gathbandhan meetings, which were open to the public, I'm not talking about what goes on behind closed doors, open to the public meetings, the message was very clear that regional parties each of them would fight on their own turf. And the idea would be that there would be one candidate, one constituency kind of thing. And therefore, there was a possibility of a negotiation. That later on certainly didn't work out. It certainly didn't work out in West Bengal, where one of the sponsors of the Mahagathbandhan, Mamata Banerjee, is fighting a four-cornered fight: BJP, Congress, the left, and herself. Therefore, this Mahagathbandhan being the only way to fight and defeat the BJP is a story that sort of crumbled over time, and that's for a lot of different reasons. Yes, the Congress it was difficult to negotiate with the Congress. Yes, it was difficult to the Congress has also been talking about how it's been difficult for them to give up their own survival and negotiate with the regional parties. I think what one needs to understand is that a Mahagathbandhan, or any alliance for that matter, works in two ways. One, it works as a vote multiplier, and therefore it helps, and that requires that votes are transferred between parties and each of them adds to the other's kitty of votes. And it also means that allies don't poach from each other. And allies also then poach from whoever is the common enemy. And all of this requires that there should be either a wave in favor of a Gathbandhan, or there should be a wave against the incumbent. Now, in this situation where there is no wave that we know of against the incumbent,
right?
But there is no way for the incumbent either, and there is no way for the Mahagathbandhan. These alliances being difficult to sustain, being difficult to take forward, was bound to happen, and I think that most of the parties in the alliance have more or less reconciled themselves to the fact that this was going to happen.
So then
they looked at the possibilities.
Point taken. But then what you raise, Mr. Mukherjee,
Arvind Kejriwal today is making a point.
Yes. No, so the point that you raised, let me ask Bharat Raut on that. Mr. Raut, do you have an answer to why suddenly in the last few days all of them are, vocalizing this bitterness against the Congress party? Because let's be honest, most people knew that this kind of a Mahagathbandhan may not work out, at least before the election.
Yes, you are right. Everybody knew that this Mahagathbandhan is not likely to happen. It is not likely to sustain. However, as the elections and voting started coming, and now the cats have come out of the bag. So now it is a blame game. Whom should we blame? So each one is blaming the other party. Now in your visual, I can see Sitaram Yechuri and Rahul Gandhi holding hand in hand, raising the hands. If that is the situation, if that is the true friendship, then why Congress fielded Rahul Gandhi in Wayanad in Kerala?
Yes.
That was the seat to be contested by the CPM. And so it means you are taking on CPM instead of taking on the BJP. So if this is the situation where Kerala is perhaps the only state where CPIM is ruling, there if you are creating a problem for the CPIM, then what do? Then who is against whom?
Okay, Vinayak Dalmia,
This
you want to
is a
respond?
major issue. Congress is not living up to the Yuti Dharma. And if it is not living up to the Yuti Dharma, others are bound to creep.
That is very unreal. I
Okay.
think that is very unreal.
Yes, Shikha Mukherjee,
I
go
think
ahead
that's
please
a
and
very
then I'll go to
unreal
Vinayak.
interpretation, and I'll tell you why, Tanvi, and please allow me, just give me 30 seconds.
Yes.
In Kerala, the left and the Congress have always alternated, and each one, whenever one becomes the incumbent, the other one becomes the challenger. This is the history of Kerala's left Congress politics. It's only in the case of West Bengal where there was a limited possibility of the left and the Congress coming together against a common enemy, which, by the way, happened to be Mamata Banerjee. That fell through. So any decision of the Congress to contest in Wayanad is part of the history of decades of how the Congress and the left have alternative power between themselves, between each other, where the BJP is a new entry, and the BJP needed to has been taken on by the left, frankly speaking. The Congress has also taken on the BJP separately in Kerala, and there was absolutely no possibility of a left Congress unity in Kerala, because then how would they contest the next state elections? What would they do?
Okay, Mr. Raut?
Yeah, I just, to Shikhaji, I wanted to say that yes, that could be the broader policy, and as you went into the history, yes, it is every alternate year the power changes hands. But here, if the Congress is saying and taking all other opposition parties together to fight BJP,
Yes.
it is not the question of BJP versus others. It is BJP versus CPM.
But when that's formed, was
Shikhaji, let me complete.
Congress.
Shikhaji, I beg you, let me complete. Then you speak. Here, that was the seat that was supposed to be contested by CPM, knowing that Congress fielded none else but Rahul Gandhi there. What does that mean? They will not. It is not a fight for. It is not a loose battle. It is a serious battle. If it is a serious battle and Congress is putting in all energy in that constituency, whom is Congress fighting against? It is fighting against the CPIM and not against BJP.
Okay, no, so there's a larger point which many are saying, and I just want to keep one thing very clear.
Can I just
no, Ms. Mukherjee, I'm sorry, I just have to go to the other two panelists.
The Congress anyway in that
Okay,
seat.
point taken. So that's your view, and I think Mr. Bharat Raut disagrees on that one. The larger conversation and the larger point that a lot of other people are making is everybody said they want to come together against the BJP, and now in many cases the regional political parties are saying, well, Congress is not doing that. Congress seems to be eating into our share. Vinayak Dalmia, that is the question. Why didn't Rahul Gandhi go to Karnataka, still appease the South Indian voters, but put up a tough fight against the BJP? You want to respond to that?
Yeah, Tanvi, I've been hearing all sorts of analysis. You know, if it was left for some of my friends from the opposition, they would rather the Congress not fight any election. They would want the Congress to campaign for them against the BJP, but the Congress should not fight elections. It doesn't work like that. Please let me explain to you. The Congress is comprehensively winning in Kerala. The Congress is comprehensively sweeping Kerala. Not just that. Please understand, why was Wayanad chosen? Wayanad was chosen for a variety of reasons. Number one, there is a symbolic and emotional connect of Rahul Gandhi and Wayanad because of his father. Let's not forget that. Number two, Wayanad affects not just Kerala but two other states.
Okay.
Because it is at the triangle of three states, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So it will have an impact on more than 20 seats, which the Congress will positively win. And therefore, we are going to fight those elections to win.
Okay,
We're fighting elections to win.
You're fighting
Make no
elections
mistake
to
about
win.
this.
Doesn't matter at
Elections to win,
whose
and we are going
cost.
to win.
Okay,
Number one.
I just want to
Number two.
clarify.
Number
I'm
two.
sorry, I'm out of time, Vinayak, so I
number
will have
two.
to interrupt
Number
because
two.
I must
Number two.
also give 30 seconds to
Number
Akshay
two.
Marathe before I wrap up this conversation. So I'm going to interrupt Vinayak there, and Akshay, over to you to your... Why is Arvind
Tanvi, I'd
Kejriwal
like
so
just a
bitter?
minute.
Fight
I'd
these
like
elections
10 seconds
on your
before you
own
wrap
merit.
up.
Your party came into power, came into being, fighting against the Congress party. Now, why are you so bitter if the Congress won't ally with you?
No, to be honest with you, I don't see Arvind Kejriwal being bitter. I saw the interview with Faye D'Souza just a while back. I don't think he was bitter, he was merely stating the fact. And the fact is that in this election, Aam Aadmi Party has nothing to lose. We have 0 MPs in Delhi. If anything, we will gain MPs. We have 0 MPs in Haryana. If anything, we will gain MPs. So in that situation, Aam Aadmi Party is such a small party. It's not, Arvind Kejriwal is not aspiring to be Prime Minister in 2019. So who is the biggest loser when the Congress rejects an alliance with a party like Aam Aadmi Party, with a party like SP, BSP, TMC? The biggest loser is the people of this country who don't want to see Mr. Modi back in power. The biggest loser is actually the Congress who wants to have a shot at power in 2019. So it's time that the Congress also realizes that there is no moving forward unless it takes some steps backward. I want to make just one point about the intent of the Congress. All this internal strategy discussion that was happening is all fine, but the crux of the matter is that the 3 states on which the Congress is basing its newfound confidence, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. How many rallies and road shows have Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi done in these 3 states?
Okay, no time
this
for
is
that
where
question.
There's a direct contest between BJP and the Congress.
Yes.
The Congress should have actually gone all out and swept those states.
Correct.
Instead, it's focusing on states where the opposition actually has a shot at winning.
Like Uttar Pradesh.
This is where the intent of the Congress comes into question.
How is that relevant?
Okay, no. The point that he's trying to make is your intent, whether you're trying to help the BJP or the other side. I'm going to thank all of my panelists on this conversation. I'm sure we'll have a lot more of these conversations, especially when it comes to where Congress stands in respect to rest of the opposition and the rest of the Gathbandhan. But thank you to all of our panelists who've joined us. The point here is, and I'm not standing here and saying, oh, Congress should have gone ahead with this Mahagathbandhan and should have ensured that they don't fight against the SP or the BSP or the left or the TMC, because frankly, that's not my place and that's not my view. The fact of the matter is that one after the other, all the players of this so-called Mahagathbandhan are turning against the Congress party. And the Congress needs to sit and introspect of why that is happening. Have they really made choices this election season that are going to end up harming what Congress sees more as their friends than its big rival, the BJP? That's for the Congress party to introspect. Thank you so much for joining us on this big debate.